Hi, dear colleagues. If you've taken NEET MDS 2025 and are awaiting counseling and your admission process to your dream MDS seat, then this video is for you. In this video, we are going to discuss about the counseling protocol for All India Quota and give you some understanding of how the round one, round two, and the subsequent rounds are going to help you find the right seat and in the right decision making because it takes a lot of strategy to understand this process. And if you make a mistake, it can cost you a year. So we are here to help you. I am Dr. Aamir Godil.
I am Dr. Sahil. Today in this video, we will be discussing about the NEET MDS All India Quota Counseling.
Perfect. So Dr. Sahil, as per the current, as of today, we are looking at the second round of counseling and we have already finished the first round of counseling for NEET MDS 2025. Now, in the first round of counseling, first, let's break down the whole process. So, all India quota means that 50% of the government seats and central colleges and deemed universities, all of them fall under this category.
Yes. So the All India Quota Counseling includes the 50% seats of All India Quota, all the seats of the central universities, that is Maulana Azad, AMU, and BHU, and all the seats of deemed universities.
Nice. So, if I look at the metrics of the previous years, it is seen that the top 100 students, all India ranks, usually prefer government colleges also because they are well equipped and stuff, but because of the fee and the stipend and all the other aspects to it. But as I look at the list from the previous years, Maulana Azad was the one that filled up pretty fast, and disciplines like ortho, prostho, pediatrics are very popular here. And then in KGMU Lucknow also ortho is very popular. Oral surgery is good here. And then BHU Varanasi oral surgery, ortho, prostho. So ortho, prostho, oral surgery, cons. These are very hot selling seats, and even pediatric in some colleges goes very fast. So let's talk
Yes.
about the students who are not in this pool yet, the ones who are not in the top 100 rank, and they could not make it to the choice of their colleges in the round one, where now round one is where you have your registration done, you pay the fees, and then you are putting in your preferences, and then you did not get the seat, okay, in this seat, in this round. So what happens next? What should they be doing at this point of time?
Yes. So if a student has not got a seat in round one, now they have two choices. One is they can either leave the counseling, and at that point, the security deposit will be refunded back to their account.
Mhm.
If they choose to, now if they get the seat, if they get the choice of their allotted whatever they have chosen, if they get their seat in the rank round one, then they have again two options. One is they can just allot to the institute and confirm the seat and opt for no upgradation.
Mhm.
Then they will be studying in the for the next 3 years in that same college which they got in allotted in round one.
Okay.
Now also, if they accept the seat allotted in round one, they have another option wherein they will, for that, for both the options, they have to go to the allotted institute first, which they have
Mm,
got in round one.
mm,
Then either they can opt for upgradation, or as we discussed earlier, they can opt for no upgradation.
mm.
If they opt for upgradation, then they can participate in the round two also. At the same time, they can keep their round one seat just in case they do not get any seat in the round two.
Okay. So we are talking about a situation where I got a seat in round one. Okay. Now
Yes.
in round one, I got ortho at some college, and now I have to apply again for round two as an upgradation. If I get an upgradation, I can take the upgraded seat. If I don't get the upgradation, I can still be in my allotted seat. But if
Yes.
I want to refuse my allotted seat in round two, is that possible?
No, in round one it is possible. In round two also it is possible. But in
Okay.
round two you will have to the fees will be forfeited. They will not be refunding your
Oh,
security
oh,
deposit. That
okay.
is
Okay.
around 25,000 for the all general and EWS categories, and 10,000 is the deposit for the OBC, SC, ST categories.
Right. Now, suppose if I did not get a seat in round one, this is if you are looking for an upgradation from round one to round two. But suppose if I did not get anything in round one, then what happens?
Then you can opt for if you have registered in the round one but you did not get any seat,
Hmm.
then you can go. You can also participate in the round two even
Okay.
if you did not get the seat. Otherwise, if you have not registered at all in round one, then you can also do a fresh registration in round two
Mhm.
directly, and then
Okay.
you can participate in the round two.
So suppose I had not been a part of round one, I was thinking I will look for state quota later, or I will wait for the first round to get over because I know that the seat I want is not going to be there. But suppose if it's
Yes.
there and now I want to participate in round two, then I can start with a fresh registration, do the preference filling, and then wait for the results.
Yes.
Okay. And then once I get the seat in round two, then what happens?
Then you have first choices. If you want to refuse the seat,
Hmm.
then you can refuse it, but your deposit of 25 or 10,000, whatever the deposit is, that will
Hmm.
not be refunded. So you will lose
Hmm.
that deposit amount. And
Okay.
second choice is if you decide to join the college in round two.
Hmm.
So once you decide to join, after that, there is no upgradation. That is the final. You have to, whatever you get, you have to join. If you do not join, you have to forfeit your fees.
Okay. So now suppose if the same condition applies to deemed colleges too.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in deemed colleges, I would say that I have a college which is far away from my home. I live in Delhi and I am looking for something in Chennai. So, am I required to be physically present for the acceptance or rejection? Do I have to report to that parent college if I am allotted a seat?
Yes, we have to report to the college. Only then our seat will be considered as accepted. We
Okay.
have
And do
to
we
there are
in
some formalities, the admission formalities. We have to do it in person at the respective college.
right? So, you have to be very mindful when you are applying for these colleges. You should not just randomly put some preference and then feel like okay, we'll see, mila to mila, nahi mila to koi baat nahi. Because if you get it, you have to report to that college. If you deny your offer, then you have to forfeit your deposit amount. And if you accept the offer, you have to ensure that you must submit your original degree certificates, mark sheets, and also a fee if that is associated with that college. For government colleges, you may not have to pay a big amount for a deposit or for your registration. But for deemed colleges, if the fees is high, then you might have to pay your first year's fee or 6 months fee, depending on the policy of the college. That's right, Dr. Digra?
Yes. So for the deemed colleges, the security deposit is 2 lakh rupees.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can choose to have a different, like if you want to apply for deemed colleges, then you have to pay extra deposit and then proceed.
Yes. And also the registration fee, if you are choosing, see, you will have an option. One option is you can choose all India quota and central universities. And
Hmm.
second option is deemed universities. If you choose only option number one, then you
Mhm.
will only get the seats of all India and central. For that, the registration fees is only 1,000 for general category, and for the other categories, it is 500 rupees.
Hmm.
For that, if you are opting for deemed also, the registration fees also becomes 5,000 rupees for you for all the
Okay.
categories, irrespective of which category you are. Fees is, and same is the security deposit, irrespective of your caste or category, you have to pay 2 lakh rupees deposit for deemed colleges.
And when you say it'll be forfeited, the entire 2 lakh amount will be forfeited if you're not
Yes,
taking up the seat, if you're not accepting the
in round
allotted
two.
seat in round two. Now, suppose in round two, I did not get a seat.
Yes.
Let's say I got a seat. We discussed that I got a seat. You go to the parent college, you accept it. If you don't want to take it, you reject it, and the amount is forfeited. Now I did not get a seat in round two. Then what happens?
So if you have already rejected the seat, then I don't think that you can participate in the mop-up and the stray vacancy.
Okay.
If you do not get any seat in round two, let's say, then you are eligible for the mop-up round. In the mop-up round, you cannot leave a seat. Even if you get the seat, you have to be in that college then.
Okay. So in mop-up also there is a preference filling.
Mop-up also there is a preference filling.
Okay, right. So if suppose if they take in second round, if they've taken the if they've not taken the seat in second round, or if they are waiting for the mop-up round, they have to be very careful because if they make the wrong decision at this point of time, a lot of students I know they will just wait for the mop-up round thinking that okay, we will see at the time and then we will decide at the time. But that is something that they should be very carefully treating because if in the mop-up round you get a seat, there is no option for exit.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, as opposed to this, I know that we are not discussing state counseling here. I just want to loop in some facts with regards to the remaining 50% of the seats which are dedicated state-wise. So suppose if there are 6 seats in a college in a discipline, 3 of them are all India quota, they will have a reservation on the category. The other 3 seats are under the state quota. The counseling does not happen through the NCC, it happens through the government portal for that state. And that happens parallel to the all India quota. So as the all India first round preference filling gets over, the state will start eventually after a few weeks. Now, how
Okay.
should the students now suppose if they are looking at say they did not get something in all India quota and they may get it in state quota, how do they make that judgment? What is that factor that you think they should be thinking about?
Yes, so what happens is we have a lot of portals nowadays, especially with the advent of Telegram and all. So
Mhm,
what students will do is they will connect already with the top 200-300 ranks. They will connect within themselves to know that okay, what is their particular state rank. Let's say I'm from Haryana, so now I know that my rank is 1 or 2 in the
mm,
state.
mm,
Now, what suppose my rank is, let's say Haryana state rank is 4, suppose.
mm, mm,
So I have 3 people above me. Now, let's say I want ortho. What I will do is I will now in that state there is only one major government college, that is PGI Rohtak.
mm,
So what I will do is I will connect with the top 3 rankers and I will want to know their choice, what is their preference. Let's say no
okay.
one is opting for ortho. Now, this is also a gamble because at times what happens is people will not tell what is their choice.
Mm,
Not everyone will say that okay, I want endo, I want prosto. They will also be like, I'll see at the time. So
mm,
you cannot be very sure. Only thing when you can be sure is when you are either rank 1 or 2, you know that okay, if I don't get ortho, then I might get prosto or endo, any clinical
mm,
subjects I will
mm,
get. At
mm,
that point, what the student can do is they can decide to not participate in All India. But
mm,
what I have seen is most of the students, nobody wants to take any risk. So
mm,
what they will do, they will participate parallelly. And mostly what happens is most of the states will be having after the All India counseling.
mm.
It is parallel only, but in the state counseling, there is a little delay compared to the All
Yes.
India counseling,
Mm,
most of the states. So nobody is pretty sure. So what they do is they want to, that is what happens now. That is why in the mock and the stray, many people wait for the mock because they know that there are high chances second round the seats might, people
mm,
might leave because of the
mm,
state ranks.
mm. Right. So we this very clear, we very well explained. But suppose if the rank is not 4 or in single digits, suppose my state rank is 100, 150. A lot of students fall under the category where their ranks are not very superior. Now, for them, it is very uncertain as to whether they will get admission or not. So they will be confused whether they should wait for state counseling or whether they should go for the deemed counseling because deemed is, of course, very expensive as compared to
Yes.
state. So, how do you troubleshoot that kind of a problem? Because
Yeah.
you are
So in
dealing with two counseling platforms, two deposits, two preference filling, and then the timeline of both are different. So, how do you manage that?
yeah. So in this first is money is a factor because deemed will be having a higher college fee compared to the state colleges. Like let's say in state college they are paying 5 lakhs per year. In a deemed they might have to pay 15-20 lakhs per year. So first factor will be money. Second factor is if they want to know whether they will get in a state or not is they have to see the last previous 2-3 years list of that particular state. That
Mhm,
okay, let's say they want prosto. So till which rank prosto was going in which college. And in state also there will be 10-15 colleges, private colleges in every state. So they have to choose, okay, I want this college. In this college, particularly this department. So what
mhm,
was the ranking for this? Like some people are very keen that okay, we will not compromise on the branch. Let's say I want prosto, so I will take prosto even if I have to pay little extra. So
mm,
those people, what they do is they will check, okay, they and they are very specific that okay, I want only this 1 or 2 college in my state. If I'm not getting it, then I will go to the deemed. But that is when money is not an issue for most of the population. If they are saying that okay, we want something good also, but within a reasonable rate, for then they have to keep searching because they have to see all the ranks. And then mostly what happens is if you are from Maharashtra or Karnataka, you will have
mm,
many private colleges. So these
mm,
people don't have to worry that much. But if you are from, especially from North India, there are not many private colleges in every state. Like every state
mm,
will have hardly 3-4 colleges.
mm.
So it becomes difficult. Then these type of people from, especially from the north, they might have to opt more for the deemed universities
Right.
like
So
Manipal and all.
That makes a lot of sense. So start tracking your rank, state rank versus the previous year's list. Not only the previous 2 3 years list to get a comparison of where you stand. And then if your domicile does not allow you to get access to more private colleges in that state, then you should definitely consider deemed universities. Now, unfortunately, at the end of the
Yes.
entire counseling, there are still some students who do not get the right seat because of the finances or because of the logistics or not being able to travel around or because they have a specific choice of college in a discipline that they wanted, which was not possible. I know this is not the right platform to give this information, but to be mentally prepared, it is very necessary that you reflect on your score versus the rank and be kind of have a faint idea that there could be a possibility of taking the exam again. Now, in that case, what should be their strategy? Suppose if they're 50-50 about taking the seat this year and they are not, they will eventually want to do the process again or may drop out. But if they want to start preparing again, do you think now is the time or should they wait for the mop-up round?
No, so ideally it's better to start now itself. Because why to waste time if you are almost sure 80-90% you know that you might not get it this time? Then it's better to start the preparation now. You can start slowly. You can start 2-3 hours a day. You can see some questions, and already you have given the exam, so you are familiar with the pattern. You can solve some MCQs for some subjects. At least you can do the clinical subjects. If let's say you are not able to focus so much, you can start with the clinical subjects, but better is to start as soon as possible if you know there is a chance of repeating.
Fair. I think I agree with that because you don't want to lose 3 4 months and then worry about it
Yes.
later. So, is there anything else that you want to add with regards to the counseling process from your personal experience? You were
On,
NICET rank one, right?
yes, yes.
Yes. So it
So
must have been very
yes,
easy for
one,
you.
yeah, but in NEET also, most see it's very challenging in NEET, because in NEET you have almost, let's say, 300-400 seats to choose within. In INI-CET and all, you have hardly 10-20 seats which you have to choose.
Mhm,
So what happens is, one factor which we are neglecting here, which we have not talked about yet, is the one is stipend and other is the bond.
mhm,
So
mhm,
when students are selecting a particular government college, you have seen when you were telling in the starting that Maulana Azad has the highest, then is
mhm,
KGMU, then BHU. Now,
mhm,
the one reason is that these are already good colleges, established colleges since 30-40 years. There's one more reason to it, that in these colleges, if you see selectively, Maulana Azad, KGMU, BHU, the stipends are very high. They're almost nearing 1 lakh. Whereas in the other colleges, if you are seeing the government dental colleges, there will be around 40,000, 50, 60. So
mhm,
that is also one major difference why the students are opting for these colleges only, not just the name, but also the stipend is more.
mhm,
Second thing is, this is particularly for those students who are on the brink, on the borderline, that
mhm,
they don't know whether they will get a seat. Suppose someone has a rank of, let's say, 250, so they do not know whether they will get clinical seat, because till pedo we consider clinical. After
mhm,
that, perio, oral path, OMR, all these are non-clinicals. Usually students want a clinical branch. So for these type of students, let's say they want to take the seat also, but there is a chance they might have to drop out. They might be preparing again, and next time they might have to take another seat. For these students, what they have to see is what are the bonds. Like they have to make a list of if we want to leave, how much they have to pay to leave. Like there is, other than the counseling, even after you have taken the seat, you have joined the college, you can still leave the seat, but you have to pay some amount. In few colleges, it is as low as 10,000. In other colleges, it is as high as 10 lakhs. So
to
that
break
is
the
something
bond.
you have to see. Yeah, to break the bond. So to leave the college, you have to pay
Mhm,
that much to the college management, not to MCC. You have to pay to the college because you have
got
already
it.
joined the seat. But that seat will remain vacant for the next 3 years. So that means there will no PG will pass out from that batch. One seat will
Oh,
become less.
okay, that's a good fact to keep in mind. Right. For
Yes.
and if you need students who are watching this, if you need more information about this, of course, you can refer to the blog. It's clearly given in the app. It is from verified, trusted sources. So if you have any queries about it and you want to read more about this whole process, just go to the Meriters app and go to the blogs, and you will find this blog. I have also included a link in the captions below. So if you need any help with regards to the counseling process, either just drop a comment here or you can reach out to us and then we'll get back to you. But we wish you all the very best. And if you need more updates on NEET MDS or anything that relates to your MDS preparation, INI-CET, just follow us for more such updates. Subscribe us so that you get a notification. And in case if you haven't tried our app, just go ahead, download the app if you want to appear for NEET MDS 2026. We are here to help you. And with that, both of us wish you all the very best. And thank you so much for watching this video.
Thank you.